Welcome to the Ultrahuman experience. This session is free for you for the complete experience. Please download the Ultrahuman app.
Good evening, and welcome to Bedtime Stories. My name is Eli Thorne. Before we get into this bedtime story, I must tell you that you are in for a surprise. What you expect to be a typical stock market report is now no longer in that space. I must be candid with you. When we scripted it was, well, to say in the very least, a very detailed stock market report which would make you run for the hills. We felt a lot of pain, heartburn, restlessness, and the constant need to check what the stock market was like with each passing minute. We definitely didn't want to bring in that energy into this story. I mean, I know that there are some thrill seekers out there, but this space right here is your sanctuary. It is your healing space to rest, to chill, to peace out, and effectively pass out. So really, just really listen to me when I say this is not your typical stock market report. You're welcome. Why is that, you might wonder? Because this is the land of dreams. It's the place where anything is possible, where you can truly achieve anything that you want. So, let's take a trip down memory lane to 2008, when the stock market rose from the ashes like a phoenix. It's done so many times in the past before this as well. You must also know that Lao Tzu, who is my favorite philosopher and whose references you will hear in this piece a lot, once said, what goes up comes down, and what comes down must go up. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you are not afraid of losing, there is nothing you cannot achieve. He kinda does make a good point, you know? So really, remember what is down now will come up, no pun intended. And soon, trading will be back to bringing all the boys and girls to the yard. So, as I was originally saying, listen in for as long as you can. Relax and flow. Relax and flow. If you pick up my tips on trading, great. If you don't, that's also great. If you catch on to some information, great. If you let go of the rest, that's even better. My voice is meant to act as a guide into your dream space. Just flow. Just flow. Take a deep breath in and sigh it all out. Let's do that once more. Slower this time. Take a deep breath in and then sigh it out. Man, that always feels so good. Okay, now on with the information on the stock market back in 2008. For legal purposes, we also have to leave this bit in here. So let me read this out to you in my dreamy, super relaxing voice. Please note any opinion, news, research, analyses, or other information is provided as general market information for educational and entertainment purposes only, and does not constitute investment or financial advice. The information shared should not be relied upon as a substitute for an extensive, independent market research before making your actual trading or business decisions. We will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation any loss of profit which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information. It's totally chill, right? Okay now, let's get on with the rosiness. The economy from the outside might look like a really spooky movie that's just been on for too long. You know, the kind that really just doesn't stop. The jittery bits just aren't over. We get it. It's time for some closure, a nice, happy ending to this story. But you're in for a revelation. For the ones that can hack it, it's the best time to be in the market. The unpredictability makes this a high-stakes game. You really are just one move away from a really great day. Several stocks have historically shown the highest returns over any other form of investments. They have proven to be amongst the most profitable means of investments and have always beaten inflation and given staggering returns in the long run. Every fall is just part of the cycle the market goes through, and in the long run, nations and their respective markets are bound to get stronger and further develop. With developments in human intelligence and advancements in technology, automobiles, infrastructure, textiles, and so much more, the stock market is only growing, making place for new and more investors, and helping strengthen nations and their economies. So rest assured, the markets will always recover. After a major crash, the market has always recovered. History proves this pattern time and again. In fact, throughout history, mankind has been challenged by storms, pandemics, and economic recessions. This is part of the ebb and flow of life. In fact, is it possible to learn to enjoy this shifting of tides, this ebb and flow? In times like this, I invoke the presence of the great Chinese sage, Lao Tzu. I close my eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in and out, letting all the cares of the world drift away. Breathe in and out, letting my shoulders release. breathe in and out, letting the tension uncoil and fade away. And then I see before me this ancient, wrinkled man with a trailing white beard, seated cross-legged and wrapped in a golden robe, with an air of wisdom, kind of like Yoda in Star Wars. The great master, Lao Tzu. He exudes an aura of great peace, and I ask him, how can we best weather stock market shifts in this time? I hear his answer instantly in my mind. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. And in my mind's eye, an image of the vast ocean comes up, serene, undisturbed, gentle movements of waves to and fro. I am at peace. With this peace, I reflect on what happened in 2008. The market crash that year had created an economic mess, and several countries across the globe underwent a recession. But this did not last for long. Governments did not waste any time to react and reduce the impact of the fall on the economy. Central banks started to reduce interest rates to invite more investments, and stronger regulations were brought in the financial world by the government. In the United Kingdom, the Bank of England began supervising banks and running rigorous tests on them to evaluate the bank's capacity to deal with volatile or bear markets without any assistance from the government. With such solid measures falling in place, investors regained confidence, and the markets managed to bounce back quickly. The FTSE 100 recovered by more than 22% the following year itself. Several stocks have historically shown the highest returns over any other form of investments. They have proven to be amongst the most profitable means of investment and have always beaten inflation and given staggering returns in the long run. Every fall is just part of the cycle the market goes through, and in the long run, nations and their respective markets are bound to get stronger and further develop. With developments in human intelligence and advancements in technology, automobiles, infrastructure, textiles, and so much more, the stock market is only growing, making place for new and more investors, and helping strengthen nations and their economies. So rest assured, the markets will always recover. After a major crash, the market has always recovered. History proves this pattern time and again. In these moments of uncertainty, it is also useful to remember what Lao Tzu says. Trying to control the future is like trying to take the master carpenter's place. I close my eyes and envision him on top of the mountain, wind sweeping through his ancient white beard, a smile crinkling his wrinkled skin. I breathe in and breathe out, releasing all my anxieties about the future. I let the stress uncoil and release and center within myself, feeling the force of the Tao. It is a gentle force, a kind force, and it is like water. Lao Tzu tells me, water will wear away rock, which is rigid and cannot yield. As a rule, whatever is fluid, soft, and yielding will overcome whatever is rigid and hard. This is another paradox. What is soft is strong. Lao Tzu adds, it isn't possible to control the future. All that one can do is watch the rise and fall, the changes, and be rooted in the center of one's self. I realize that what is true of the Tao is also true of all economic activity. There is an underlying force to all things, and this force sustains not just our world, but underpins our stock market too. I must be like water. I find that when things go south or north or east or west, there isn't a single thing that cannot be fixed by the simple art of mindful breathing. Taking in a long, deep breath and letting it out slowly helps calm your mind. Wash away all your troubles and worries, and allows you to go into your happy place. Take a deep breath in, hold it in for a second. Exhale with a big sigh. Let's try that once more. Take a deep breath in. Hold it in for a second. Exhale with a big sigh. Now you'll see your happy place and feel it inviting you in, your dream space. This is your chance to escape, to let go of it all truly, to center yourself. Find that peace. Allow it to guide you into the land of dreams. Lao Tzu will be waiting there for you in that space. His teaching and advice is there to guide you deeper in. Relax. Everything that seems important is just a tiny speck of dust in this vast universe. We are all part of the bigger plan. That's all it is. Go with the flow. Just flow. Good night and sweet dreams.